This is MrBeast.
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 He is the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and he's building empire.
MrBeast is worth an estimated $500 million. If we divide that by the number of days since his channel was created back in February 2012, it works out to roughly $125,000 every single day. However, it's not that simple. Jimmy has built not only the most successful YouTube channel in the history of the platform, but also one of the most complex business empires the internet has ever seen. This includes brand deals worth tens of millions, businesses valued in the hundreds of millions, and a real estate empire so large it could rival a Fortune 500 company, making his actual daily earnings an unbelievably large number. Let's start with MrBeast's main YouTube channel, which currently has over 28 billion views. Most people think YouTube pays per view, but that's not how it works. YouTube pays based on something called RPM, revenue per mil, which means how much you earn per 1,000 views. The average YouTuber makes between $3 to $5 RPM, but MrBeast's content is highly advertiser-friendly, his audience is highly engaged, and his demographics are valuable. Therefore, he likely earns around $5 RPM on his main channel. Doing the math, 28 billion views times $5 per 1,000 views equals $140 million just from his main YouTube channel. However, many people make a mistake here. They take that number, divide it by the years he's been active, and think they've figured out his daily earnings. But that's not accurate. Most people don't realize that MrBeast has multiple channels in different languages, including MrBeast Spanish, MrBeast Hindi, and MrBeast Japanese, among others. These international channels combined have over 15 billion additional views. These channels typically generate lower ad revenue due to international audiences, so we estimate around a $3 RPM instead of $5. A quick calculation reveals another $45 million from his international channels. Combining all these channels gives us about $185 million total from YouTube. If we spread that across the last 3 years of his explosive growth, that's roughly $169,000 per day just from YouTube ad revenue, more than what most people make in 3 years, and he makes it every single day. But again, it's not that simple, because YouTube revenue is actually just a small portion of Jimmy's income. And when I say small, I mean tiny compared to what's coming next: sponsorships. With over 400 million subscribers across all platforms and billions of views, brands are willing to pay MrBeast significant amounts of money for sponsorships. According to industry insiders and leaked information, he charges anywhere from $2.5 to $3.5 million per sponsored video on his main channel and typically does 2 to 3 sponsored videos per month. To put that in perspective, one sponsored video pays him more than most people will earn in their entire lifetime. Conservatively estimating, let's say he makes $6 million per month from sponsorships, which breaks down to about $200,000 per day just from brand deals. This brings our new total to $369,000 per day, over $130,000 every 24 hours. This amount is enough to purchase a home, which he didn't just do once, but instead did dozens of times. This leads us to his next income source: real estate. While most YouTubers dream of mansions, MrBeast quietly went ahead and bought an entire neighborhood, starting with his own house in 2018, a 4-bedroom property. Over the following years, he purchased 4 additional nearby homes, one for $263,000 in 2020 and 3 more in the years following, totaling just over $2 million. Now, here comes the kicker. While these homes are modest on the surface, they're in Greenville, a market that's been heating up as he turns the area into Beastville. Real estate in that area has appreciated, and let's conservatively estimate those homes are now worth $2.5 million combined. That nets him roughly $470,000 in unrealized equity beyond his initial investment just sitting there growing. If we average that over a year, that's nearly $1,300 per day, adding another $1,300 to the daily total. But we haven't even talked about his largest income source yet, and this is where things get absolutely bonkers. While everyone's focused on his YouTube videos, Jimmy's been quietly building a business empire. Let's start with Beast Burger. Beast Burger isn't just some celebrity endorsement deal. It's a full-blown virtual restaurant chain operating over 1,700 locations across the US and internationally. Industry analysts estimate that Beast Burger is pulling in around $100 to $150 million annually. As the owner, Jimmy's taking home roughly 15 to 20% of that after all expenses. Let's be conservative and say $120 million annually with a 15% profit margin. That's $18 million in profit per year, which breaks down to about $49,000 per day just from Beast Burger. However, in 2023, Jimmy announced he was moving on from Beast Burger, implying he sold his equity. Instead, he focused that time on his largest income source, Feastables. It first launched in 2022 and absolutely exploded. We're talking about a chocolate bar that's competing with Hershey's and Mars bars in major retailers like Walmart, Target, and 7-Eleven. Conservative industry estimates put Feastables at around $50 to $80 million in annual revenue. Given the margins on food products and Jimmy's equity stake, he's probably looking at around $10 to $15 million annually in profit from Feastables. Let's say $12 million per year. That's another $33,000 per day. But we're still missing one of Jimmy's biggest money machines, merchandise. MrBeast doesn't just drop the occasional hoodie, he's running one of the largest creator merch operations on the planet. Every time he does a new drop, whether it's shirts, hoodies, or limited edition designs, they sell out almost instantly. According to industry insiders, MrBeast's merch pulls in anywhere from $50 to $100 million annually, depending on the year and the drops. After costs, that's conservatively $25 million in profit per year. Broken down, that's about $68,000 per day just from his clothing brand. So when you think of MrBeast, don't just picture viral stunts and burgers. Picture an entire fashion brand that prints money almost as fast as his videos do. So let's add this all up. From YouTube ad revenue alone, approximately $169,000 every single day. Sponsorships, another $200,000 daily. Real estate investments, about $300 per day in added value. Beast Burger, roughly $49,000 per day. Feastables, another $33,000 daily. Merchandise empire, an extra $68,000 per day. Put all of that together, and Jimmy Donaldson is making around $520,000 every single day.